Channel 6 News is everywhere. Live, the most watched news station in the capital region. This is Channel 6 First News.
Good morning, 6 a.m. Friday, December 17th. I'm Tom Maley. Welcome to Channel 6 First News. Here's what's coming up. 4 New York City police officers facing murder charges will go on trial now in Albany. Some changes on the way at Turning Stone Casino. John Russell taking a sobriety test this morning. We'll explain that in just a little bit. Kelly Boland in the Weather Center.
Good morning, Tom. Happy Friday to you and to everyone else out there. Mostly cloudy skies out there this morning, and we're seeing some snow showers too. On the radar scope, let's take a look. We got some snow here in northeastern Fulton County, right around Fish House in Northville, and you head over into Saratoga County between Wilton and Saratoga Springs as well. Nothing terribly heavy. In fact, the snow showers are already starting to wind down. There may be some minor additional accumulation out in parts of Herkimer and Hamilton counties. Otherwise, look for a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. We'll see our highs staying pretty much where they are right now in the mid to upper 30s, Tom.
All right, Kelly with traffic and weather on the 6s all morning long. Let's check it out now. Coming up on 6:01, time for the news. Here's Ed O'Brien.
Thanks, Tom. A case that touched off weeks of protests in New York City is coming to this area. Word now that 4 New York City police officers accused of murdering the African immigrant Amadou Diallo will go on trial in Albany. Megan Chiplock has more.
This is the kind of scene that could be repeated in Albany come January when 4 white officers accused of murdering Amadou Diallo go on trial. Hundreds of activists took to the streets in the Bronx in February to protest the shooting. The officers were members of an elite street crime unit looking for a rape suspect when prosecutors say they shot the unarmed street vendor from Guinea 19 times. Because of pretrial publicity and racial overtones, an appellate court ruled the jury pool in New York City was poisoned.
Polls that were taken that the court relied on in changing venue indicated that 89% of the people in the Bronx thought that this was an unjustified shooting. Well, how can you know that until you know all the facts?
Attorney Mike Koenig says while the defense hails the decision as a victory, many in the African-American community are outraged.
I fully expect that you're going to see a lot of the groups like the NAACP and Reverend Al Sharpton make their way to Albany.
So is it now a jury in Albany where you can get the right complexion for your connection?
Reverend Al Sharpton says by moving the trial, he believes a predominantly white jury will hear the case. He, along with Diallo's parents, held a press conference tonight condemning the court's decision.
So if this is going to be elsewhere, it can be not fair to their family and to the community.
While there's sure to be plenty of emotion and drama unfolding outside the Albany courthouse, the trial won't be held in the court of public opinion.
Trials are not to determine social or moral guilt. They determine legal guilt.
Megan Chiplock, Channel 6 News.
Now, jury selection was to have begun on January 3rd. That could be delayed now. They have to find a judge to hear the case. Lawyers for the officers argued the men mistakenly believed Diallo was reaching for a gun. Now, according to the Post this morning, the Bronx DA's office says the decision to move this case upstate shows a lack of faith in jurors there. The State Assembly votes to extend New York's health care financing system for another month. Spokesman says the Assembly won't meet again until Speaker Sheldon Silver calls them back. Now, they did vote earlier this week to extend the Health Care Reform Act for another 2 years. That helps get health care dollars for those who can't afford to pay on their own. HCRA, as it is known, will die at the end of the month unless the Senate and the Assembly can work out a deal, and there is no sign of that happening so far. Prosecutors in North Carolina will show no mercy for Ray Carruth. They say they want to punish Carolina Panthers wide receiver as much as they can, and there is the death penalty in that state. Carruth said on Thursday he will not fight extradition from Tennessee, where police found him in the trunk of a car the night before. The former NFL player and 3 others will face charges now in connection with the drive-by shooting death of Carruth's pregnant girlfriend. Meantime, the Panthers head coach has decided now to officially cut Carruth from the team. And that action will happen immediately in the case of Ray Carruth. A painting that stirred up controversy in New York City a few weeks ago has become the target of vandals now. Police in New York City say a 72-year-old man threw white paint on that picture of the Virgin Mary, the one covered with elephant dung at the Brooklyn Museum. New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani had tried to cut off city funding for that display, but lost the battle in court. The painting was cleaned up in short order. More trouble for NASA. The launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery delayed for a 7th time on Thursday night. This time the countdown stopped because of fears that a weld done some 20 years ago wasn't done properly. Discovery now set to take off for the 8th time just before 9 o'clock tonight. They have until tomorrow to get the thing into space. They don't want the shuttle flying around on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day because of Y2K. The Turning Stone Casino in Verona, central New York near Utica. It's undergone a lot of changes through the years, of course, and now they're bringing alcohol to that complex. Sometime in the new year, they will serve, but only in a restricted area. Liquor will still be off limits on the casino floor. Of course, they've been dry for years out there, but the Oneida Indian Nation now will be able to cash in on the enormous potential profit, of course, that alcohol can bring to a casino. No firm date yet on when that's going to happen. Coming up on 6 minutes after 6, I'm not aware of any casino gambling in Georgia.
I'm not either. I'm not aware of any around here either.
Or any horse racing, come to think of it. So let's see. No Turning Stone for Kelly. No Saratoga for Kelly. No OTB.
All right, I'm not going now. I'm sorry. I can't go now. You convinced me.
Well, just because they appeal to me doesn't necessarily mean that you have the same interests.
Well, now I have a reason to come back and visit, especially in August, where I know where to find you. Trackside at Saratoga.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's move on. Clouds out there this morning. We've got some snow showers moving down the Mohawk Valley too, but nothing too heavy. And in fact, we are looking at a pretty nice weekend. The last weekend, of course, before Christmas. And we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Right now, let's check in with Michelle Adams and see how traffic is looking out there today. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, Kelly. Traffic is looking nice and quiet as you make your way out this time of morning, and especially on a Friday morning. Things are especially quiet. A good ride on the Northway, both directions down over the Mohawk River. 787 I-90 interchange traveling delay-free into Albany, as well as on the thruway at the 24 tolls. And that's your Channel 6 News Traffic Track. Kelly.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle. And I know the kids waiting for the bus this morning are wondering, where is that snow? We need a snow day, but it looks like next week, as we get closer to Christmas, we have a better chance of some snow and some cold temperatures as well. Right now, it's certainly cold enough. We're getting a few snow showers out there right now, but it looks like later on this afternoon, we're just looking at some scattered flurries, and temperatures will stay pretty much where they are right now in the mid to upper 30s, 35 at the airport, the dew point 27, relative humidity 73%, the winds out of the west-northwest 14 miles per hour. That definitely makes it feel a little colder out there, and right now the pressure is holding steady. Here are some temperatures now from our WeatherNet 6 watchers. About an inch of snow on the ground right now in Indian Lake, 28 degrees there, 32 in Salem, Northville, right along the Great Sacandaga Lake, 30 degrees there, 35 in Spiegeltown, just cloudy skies here, and in Brainerd we have mostly cloudy skies and 33. Take a look at some other temperatures around the Northeast. Everybody's in the low to mid 30s, not much of a change here, and it looks like this is pretty much where they're going to stay throughout the day today. We've got a weak disturbance moving across the state this morning. The winds out of the west causing these lake effect snow showers, and it's really piling up just to the lee of Lake Erie in Ontario. 10 to 13 inches of snow have already fallen in this area. Not too much around here, maybe Hamilton, Herkimer County down towards Fulton County. You may see a coating to a couple of inches in some spots, but very little additional accumulation. And as you can see from the radar, things are already starting to quiet down. We're just looking at mostly cloudy skies for the most part across the Northeast, but they will be breaking up just like they did yesterday. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds. Disturbance to our south across the Ohio Valley, a pretty weak one, not causing a whole lot of precipitation here. And in fact, it looks like it will stay to our south now and just continue on out to sea and not really be too much of a factor on our weather. So we are looking at a nice weekend. Here's a look at our forecast picture for this Friday. We're starting off with those snow showers. They'll taper off to scattered flurries. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures rising into the mid 30s. So your forecast pretty much goes like this: 30s this morning, 30s this afternoon with flurries around tonight. Partly cloudy, 23. 6-day forecast, a beautiful weekend with highs in the low to mid 30s. Tom?
All right, Kelly, 6:08. John Russell's in Colonie this morning. John?
Good morning, Tom. And I'm here at the third annual Alcohol Awareness Show, and we're going to see what effect alcohol has on you when you start drinking. We'll have that coming up.
Channel 6 News is everywhere. Coming up next.
A threat on the internet closes down Columbine High.
I'll be right back with your new low Geico rate. Great. I can save you over $250.
Every week, 10,000 drivers switch their car insurance to Geico. We take all the necessary precautions. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Busy day.
What? If I tell you BJ's Wholesale Club has lots of terrific home entertainment gifts, you probably think, what's so entertaining about a huge pack of paper towels? Hey, BJ's has a huge selection of home electronics, all the best brand names, and everything is at our famous low wholesale prices. Panasonic DVD players, Olympus digital cameras, CDs, movies, even the latest bestsellers. And here's another big gift idea, a BJ's membership. BJ's Wholesale Club, it's everything you didn't expect, all in one place.
Welcome to the exciting world of snowcross racing. Rock Maple Racing, the premier snowcross circuit in the Northeast. Experience the thrills and spills that have made this an active family event for 8 seasons. Watch the snow spray the air. Feel the rush of adrenaline race through your veins. Meet and greet your favorite racers. Catch the 3 days of thrilling racing action starting Friday, December 17th through Sunday, December 19th. Rock Maple Racing season opener at Haystack Mountain Ski Area, Wilmington, Vermont.
It's okay, it's not a live animal. It's not the shoes that you wanted.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Honey, you gotta see this.
Okay.
You'll find values you never believed possible.
You like it?
A tad.
Whoa.
The December to Remember sales event ends January 3rd. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise. See New Country Lexus of Latham.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by New Country Lexus of Latham.
You're watching Ed O'Brien, Tom Maley, and meteorologist Kelly Boland. This is Channel 6 First News.
6:11, John Russell testing his sobriety, it says here.
We're going to explain what that's all about. JR?
Tom, Ed, you know, the problem with this segment, as I'm thinking about this, you probably can't tell the difference between if I actually got drunk and when I'm not drunk.
Nice.
And with Marty, too, of course, Marty Vision, you would have no idea the difference. But we're here at the 3rd Annual Alcohol Awareness Show, and 99.5 The River is putting this on. And we're having some fun this morning. We're just actually getting started. I've just finished my first beer.
My very first sip. This is going to be my first sip. What is it, 6:11? Scary.
You've done this before, so what is this like when you're... I mean, what do you learn from something like this?
I learned that it's not necessary for me to get to the point of slurring my words or feeling like I'm walking unsteadily to be a danger to myself and to others. Maybe 2 drinks is enough to impair you, so that was big news.
How'd you guys come up with this?
I think Tom's fault.
And this is Tom.
I was just looking for a way to goof off at work and maybe get a good message out, and that's how it came out. How can we drink at work? You know, more than we normally do.
Not a bad idea. All right, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna actually have some tests that go on too, and you know, get any response from people when they you know hear you on the radio doing this?
Oh, definitely. We get a lot of calls and emails saying thank you so much. We had a great time listening to you. It was fun, but hey, we learned a lot. And next time I have 2 glasses of wine and think I'd be fine, now I know I wouldn't be.
What's your limit here? How many? She's drinking. I made that for her, Tom and Ed. A screwdriver, really? Which I guess is vodka and orange juice.
You guess, and you made it.
Well, that's the only drinks they have there. But I've finished my first beer, and I'm on my second, which kind of is. I kind of, guys always say, oh, I can have 5 beers and drive and that type of stuff. So I guess we're going to see that that's in fact not true. And Yes.
We should point out that the state police is supervising all of this.
Marty, get a shot. There's the troopers over there to make sure this
they're
soiree doesn't get out of hand too early.
And we have set up a ride for John, so you won't be driving when this is over.
The best part, Tom and Ed, is I only have to work till like 7 o'clock and have the rest of the morning off. And I told that to producers early on that, I'm done once 7's over.
Yeah, we kind of figured that. John,
but
thanks.
I'm set for you later tonight, Tom and Ed.
Yes.
So we'll see you.
Thanks, JR.
Thanks.
Is he done?
This should be interesting, huh?
Here's a look at last night's winning lottery numbers. In New York, the daily number 988. The win for 1888. Take 5, 8, 19, 22, 24, 25. Massachusetts daily 0789. The Mass Millions 8, 17, 22, 32, 33, 38. The bonus 20. In Northern New England, pick 3, 393. The pick 4, 7979. Up next on Channel 6 First News, traffic and weather together on the 6s, and Monica Lewinsky takes the witness stand against her pal, Linda Tripp.
If you called up most car insurance companies and asked for their competitors' rates, I don't think you'd like the reaction.
Progressive wants you to know that if you're not shopping around, you could be losing a lot of money.
Call Progressive at 1-800-AUTO-PRO.
We'll give you our quote, and if you like, the rates from up to 3 other leading companies.
So call us right now at 1-800-AUTO-PRO.
We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
If we can't save you money on auto insurance, we'll tell you who can.
Call us at 1-800-AUTO-PRO. Progressive. Not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
What's going on? Hey. Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our RoboGrip 2, the self-adjusting pliers with larger jaw capacity and more torque. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Hell of a Good, a name that speaks for itself.
A kind of a naughty name. The name is right here. Awesome cheese. My mommy and I love this cheese. It's fresh and delicious. I can't say that, but my mom could say it.
It's hell of a good.
Hell of a Good. You'll love it, we swear.
That was interesting.
The Volkswagen Jetta. Sometimes everything just comes together.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by Volkswagen.
And now, your Storm Team 6 forecast with meteorologist Kelly Boland.
Good morning, everyone. 6:16. Happy Friday morning. We've got a lot of clouds out there so far, but it looks like we'll see some sunshine later on today as well. Still some snow showers across parts of the Mohawk Valley, but they are pretty much winding down. We'll just see some scattered flurries. 38 degrees at noontime, and we'll drop back to around 33 degrees at 6 o'clock. We are in for a pretty decent weekend. I'll have more in the forecast in just a moment. Right now, let's check in with Michelle Adams and see how things are looking out there on the roads. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, Kelly. Traffic conditions remain nice and easy for you. No report of major delays. You might find the occasional icy spot, so keep that in mind. Southbound side of the Northway traveling fine down over the Twin Bridges. No report of delays at this time. 787 southbound into Albany, and the Thruway checking out fine as well. On your way home, be sure to pick up Rachel Ray's new open house cookbook, available only at Price Chopper. And that's your Channel 6 News traffic track. Kelly.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Sun rises at 7:20, and we will see a little bit of that later on. But right now, it's still mostly cloudy at the airport. 34 degrees, a dew point 27. Relative humidity 76%. The wind's making it feel a little cooler out there. Out of the west, blowing at 8 miles per hour, but occasionally gusting higher than that. And right now, the pressure is holding steady. Here are some temperatures now from our WeatherNet 6 watchers. And right now, we have a little bit of snow on the ground around Benson. 30 degrees there. 32 in Salem. 33 Brunswick. And right now in Fonda, it's cloudy there and still dark, of course. 32. And right now, it's 33 degrees in Brainerd, Columbia County. Right now, let's check out the northeast temperatures. And basically, we've got mid-30s down in New York, 36 degrees over in Boston. And in Buffalo this morning, it is 28 degrees. And right around here, right just to the lee of Lake Ontario, they are still getting a lot of snow after receiving almost 15 inches in some spots out here. And you can see the snow is still falling pretty heavily just to the north of Syracuse and scattered across the North Country. Locally, though, we'll zoom in on the capital region and show you not too much happening around here. We've got a few snow showers in parts of Herkimer County, moving into southern Hamilton County. Saratoga County, you still have a little bit of a batch just across central Saratoga County around Wilton, and still some flurries reaching into Bennington County as well. Satellite pictures showing a lot of clouds out there this morning. A weak disturbance moving across the state right now, bringing in colder temperatures that they're experiencing out there in Buffalo, and it looks like it's going to be cold around here for the weekend, but at least it will be dry. And here's why. This storm system right here in the Ohio Valley is going to stay to our south and basically head on out to sea and will not be affecting our weather now. So basically just look for a lot of clouds this morning. Scattered snow showers and flurries, otherwise a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures today hold steady in the 30s, and that's where we stay throughout the weekend as well. Here's your forecast. This morning we're in the 30s with a lot of clouds out there. The snow showers taper off to flurries. 38 degrees this afternoon with a west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight partly cloudy, still a few flurries around down to 23. And here's the 6-day forecast highlighting a very nice December weekend. Lots of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the mid-30s. 35 for Monday with some rain or snow showers developing. Still some snow showers or flurries for Tuesday, and looks dry so far for Wednesday. Ed?
All right, thanks, Kelly. 19 after 6 stories we're watching on Channel 6 First News. Negotiators for Syria and Israel say they will be back in Washington in the new year to follow up on what President Clinton calls a tough journey towards peace. 2 days of preliminary talks ended yesterday. The Y2K computer bug could KO programs that help millions of Americans. A government report says that 8 states and Washington, D.C. are still having trouble with their computer systems. They take care of things like welfare and child support and Medicaid. And the fastest growing metropolitan area in the nation. Surprise, Las Vegas.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's according to the Census Bureau. The report says the Vegas population has grown 55% since back in 1990. The New York metro area still remains the most populated in the land. Tom?
6:20 up next on Channel 6 First News. It's Market Watch. We'll update a couple of mergers in the works.
Beck Furs presents their Holiday Fur Extravaganza. Come into Beck Furs now and save on furs and leathers. Beck Furs, Stuyvesant Plaza.
Big Kmart has gifts for him, for her, for kids at really special savings this week only. This white Westinghouse TV is just $138. A T-Fall 7-piece cookware set, only $49.99. Huffy Kids bikes are just $29.99. Buy one pair of men's jeans or khakis, get a second pair half off. Hurry and save big this week at Big K, changing for the better.
Don't you just love a bargain?
Oh yeah, we sort of got together for a little girls' outing. $6.99. I think I paid more for my little teeny one. The menorah. Wait. $4.99. $3.99. I'm getting a sleigh. I paid $24.99 for this last year. This is nice. In a specialty shop. All right. I didn't want to look. $4.
The world's most exquisite lilies are grown in Holland. The most celebrated roses in Ecuador. And the most radiant sunflowers in Monterey Bay, California. But now, for the first time, you'll be able to find all of these flowers and more in a single place. That place is Hallmark, where at the peak of each growing season, we send each country's most exquisite flowers from the hands of the grower to the hands of the person you'd like to receive them. So they'll arrive fresher and last longer than any flowers you probably ever sent or ever received. Once again, when you care enough to send the very best, there's Hallmark. To order, visit a Hallmark Gold Crown store, hallmark.com, or call 1-800-HALLMARK now.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by Hallmark.
$6:23 now. Thank goodness we've made it to Friday morning, and it's time to check out the market. Actually, time for Market Watch. Here's Betsy Koretnik.
Good morning, everyone. Antitrust concerns have ended a major merger. Biotech company Alza and Abbott Laboratories said they will not join forces since they could not satisfy the worries of the Federal Trade Commission. Alza also warned about fourth-quarter earnings in part due to that failed deal. Pharmacy and Upjohn and Monsanto are talking deal. The Wall Street Journal says the two are in discussions about a merger as Monsanto considers ways to boost shareholder value, but the Journal says it is not a done deal. And pharmaceutical giant Pfizer began its official effort to oust the board of Warner Lambert as part of its proposed takeover of that company. On to Wall Street. Internet's led stocks higher again despite interest rate worries. The Dow added 19 points. The tech-driven Nasdaq hit a new record, jumping 93 points. Japan's Nikkei edged 16 points lower. Adobe Systems could be a mover today. Late yesterday, the company reported it beat earnings expectations. Footwear and sportswear maker Nike also came out ahead of analyst predictions. For the latest on trends and markets, head to cbs.marketwatch.com. I'm Betsy Koretnik in New York.
Thank you, Betsy. 6:24 up next on Channel 6 First News. It's drive time. Steve Hammis testing out a Subaru Outback.
A gift certificate for your beloved at Jean Paul Spa de Beauté and Hair Salon.
Pamper that special someone in your life. Treat them for an hour or a day of luxury. Give a gift certificate from Jean-Paul and they will experience everything for the mind and body beautiful. Vichy showers, hydrotherapy, facials, pedicures, manicures and hair. Order a gift certificate for the one you love online at jeanpaulspa.com. Jean-Paul Spa de Beauté and Hair Salons, Stuyvesant Plaza.
Upstate Ford dealers, we're driven to be the best.
The 2000 Windstar has all the safety features and 5-star crash test ratings you love in a family van. And to start the new year with a bang, it comes with a $1,500 factory rebate. Put your family in the safest minivan on the road.
Plus a $1,500 rebate.
You know where.
Upstate Ford dealers, we're driven to be the best.
You might think an ordinary ham is good enough. But for only a little more, you could bring home something truly special. Guaranteed. The fabulous honey-baked ham. The finest premium ham. Smoked for hours and hours over hardwood chips, then smothered in that famous crackling sweet glaze. A family tradition for over 40 years. Don't settle for ordinary when it's so easy to have extraordinary. The honey-baked ham, only at the Honey Baked Ham store.
I love my family. We're all very close. That's why I'm giving everyone the perfect gift. Wireless phones from Bell Atlantic Mobile.
Aunt Sadie will love this great AudioVox CDM 4000. It's only $49.99 after a $30 mail-in rebate. My nephew will really like that. Cousin Angie will be fascinated with unlimited night and weekend home airtime for 2 years. We'll be able to talk for hours without having to worry about the minutes. Hey, do I know my family or what?
Bell Atlantic Mobile.
It's for you.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by Bell Atlantic Mobile.
6:26, let's check a weather forecast. Here's Kelly.
All right, good morning, Tom. We're starting off with mostly cloudy skies, some snow showers, tapering off to flurries. Our temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s, and that's where we stay this afternoon with some scattered flurries. We end the day with partly cloudy skies and 33.
Hey, we're going to take a drive in this Subaru Outback. Steve Hammis has joined us. Kelly's here. We got a cool cheesecake. We'll explain this in a moment. First, a test drive on Drive Time.
Paul Hogan has helped sell a lot of these Subarus over the last several years, and you see a bunch of them on the Capital Region roadways, especially as how one of their selling points is all-wheel drive. Well, for 2000, Subaru has completely redesigned the legacy-based Outback wagon. The first Outback appeared in 1995 and brought new thinking to the growing SUV craze. What if you wanted the virtues of a truck-based sport ute but weren't ready to give up the refinements of a car? Well, Subaru's answer has been the sport utility wagon, the Outback. On the SUV side of things, it offers 7.3 inches of ground clearance, ample cargo space, and the sure-footedness of all-wheel drive. Plus, the Outback Limited, which served as my test car this week, also has a limited slip differential and a heavy-duty raised independent suspension. Then for the car side of you, the Outback Limited is a smooth-riding, quiet, and luxurious vehicle. Standard on the Limited is leather-trimmed upholstery, an 8-speaker stereo system with CD and weather band radio, heated seats and side-view mirrors, fog lights, and this is something you'll enjoy in those nasty winter days, a windshield wiper de-icer. 16-inch alloy wheels round out the impressive headlining list of goodies you get as part of the $26,000 base price. After the addition of the gated 4-speed automatic transmission and the very cool 6-disc in-dash CD changer, the price tops out at about $28,000. Under the hood, you guessed it, it's a 2.5-liter horizontally opposed engine, the Subaru Standard. This 165 horsepower engine produces like a V6, and that's 27 miles per gallon on the highway when mated with the automatic. However, after consulting with some other Outback owners, it's generally agreed that if you don't mind rowing your own gears, then save the $800 on the automatic and you'll find an even more responsive throttle. One other key note here is how the otherwise good headroom in the Outback is compromised by the dual power moonroofs in the Limited. Especially check out the rear seats before deciding on this option. Besides those two issues to ponder, the all-new Outback wagon is a smart, unique blend of car and truck, priced less than its all-wheel drive wagon competition. If you've missed a recent episode of Drive Time, just go to WRGB.com and follow the links to Drive Time, and then to Pixelon.com where you can view this entire segment online. Coming up tonight on Channel 6 News at 5:30, I'll have the complete ratings on the Subaru Outback wagon. I'll see you then.
All right, we have half a minute here to explain this. Kelly's going to the Weather Channel. Yeah. Steve brought a cheesecake in to wish Kelly well, but Steve also is moving Drive Time national.
Right, hopefully by January. If you travel out of town, you'll be able to see Drive Time wherever you are, hopefully, very shortly. Cross your fingers.
So we've got a lot of thumbs up for people here. And good luck to everybody. We have a little time left with Kelly and Steve, but enjoy the cheesecake.
I hope you like it. It's New York style cheesecake with cherry topping and sour cream. So enjoy. It's for you.
I won't be eating anything else today.
Oh, cool.
Thank
We're
you
on the
very
radio
much.
at 87.7 FM. We continue now with Channel 6 First News.
Mistletoe. Mistletoe.
Don't you just love Dunkin' Donuts around the holidays? It's the mother of all stocking stuffers. 1 pound of original blend coffee for just $3.99 from Dunkin' Donuts.
The holidays are coming. This time, Dwayne McFeeters is ready. A little while ago, he called the money store. We approved a home equity loan, paid off all his credit cards, got him back on track, and took a lot of worry off his mind. It was that easy. So call the money store. The holidays are coming, and it's nice to be ready.
The Money Store. 1-800-LOAN-YES.
You're watching Ed O'Brien, Tom Maley, and meteorologist Kelly Boland. This is Channel 6 First News.
6:30 Friday morning. The morning's complete. Steve showed up with a pizza from Original Pizza and the mayor as well. Let's check a forecaster's Kelly.
I was just saying how hungry I was. What timing. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We're starting off with mostly cloudy skies and some scattered snow showers and flurries, but as you can see from Doppler, not too much locally around the Albany area, but up around Herkimer County, right through Little Falls and over to Hamilton County as well. You're getting some snow showers still, and there could still be some minor accumulation added there. For the rest of today, though, it looks like we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, still some flurries around with temperatures holding steady in the mid to upper 30s, Tom.
Thanks, Kelly. 6:31 news time. Here's Ed O'Brien.
All right, thanks, Tom. It was a police shooting that caused a furor in New York City, and now the case is coming upstate. The trial for the 4 New York City police officers accused of killing African immigrant Amadou Diallo will take place in Albany. Diallo shot in the Bronx in February by police who were looking for a rape suspect at the time. Activists say the change in venue may sway the jury in favor of the officers. The white population in the Bronx, where the trial would have been held, is 39%. In Albany County, the white population is 89%.
So is it now a jury in Albany where you can get the right complexion for your connection? But if it is in the Bronx, you would do something differently? This is an outrage.
Polls that were taken that the court relied on in changing venue indicated that 89% of the people in the Bronx thought that this was an unjustified shooting. Well, how can you know that until you know all the facts?
Amadou Diallo was gunned down in the vestibule of his home in the Bronx. The police officers fired 41 shots. He was hit with 19. An elderly couple in Saratoga Springs robbed of $60,000 worth of jewelry in their own home. Police say earlier this week, a woman knocked on the door, said she had a package, and opened it up. A large tablecloth was inside. Police say that was enough to distract the elderly couple long enough so that another person was able to sneak in and then take that jewelry.
The first incident that we've heard of in this area using that exact method. There have been incidents in the past where people have used different types of diversions to preoccupy the residents of the home so that somebody else could get in and commit a theft.
Police in Saratoga Springs say they are still looking for those thieves. Columbine High School on guard again, this time a threat on the internet. The sheriff in Littleton, Colorado says a student in an online chat room got a threat that said, "I need to finish what was begun." Investigators don't know who sent the message. They say it did not come from Colorado, but classes were canceled yesterday and again today at the school. They're taking no chances, of course, after being accused of ignoring various threats from Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold before the April massacre.
We take all the threats very seriously, but when you add this to all the other circumstances that occurred this week, it was what we felt was in the best interest for not only the student and staff safety, but their emotional well-being.
Earlier this week, of course, Columbine brought back to the nation's attention Time magazine with a report on some of the Columbine tapes recorded by the 2 teenage gunmen. Monica Lewinsky gets her day in court, giving testimony she hopes will help put her former friend Linda Tripp behind bars. Lee Cowan reports from Maryland.
Under subpoena, Monica Lewinsky reluctantly returned to the spotlight, not to defend herself, but to help prosecute a former friend.
So, Monica, how was it?
Only a smirk by way of an answer from her, and not much more from the man who called her here.
I was very pleased with her testimony.
It was testimony the state hoped could send Linda Tripp to jail for up to 10 years for violating the state's wiretapping law. Looking poised but at times confused, Lewinsky told the court that she was terrified after hearing that Tripp had secretly recorded a phone conversation and then gave that tape to Newsweek magazine.
Hey, look, Monica, we already know that you're going to lie under oath. We also know that I want out of this big time. I mean, how else is this going to go?
It was that tape that launched Ken Starr's full-scale investigation of the president, and Lewinsky knew what that might mean. I was pretty upset, she testified. It was etched in my mind because it was a pretty frightening time for me. Nearly an hour later, she concluded her testimony with a sigh of relief.
She was like any other witness.
Tripp's defense team, however, was not swayed, saying the state still must prove its evidence of wiretapping did not come from Ken Starr's investigation, evidence that is protected under Tripp's limited immunity deal.
We're still on the battlefield and standing upright, so I think that's good. That's a good sign.
The judge must now rule whether there's enough evidence to put Linda Tripp on trial. That decision could come sometime after the first of the year. Lee Cowan, CBS News, Ellicott City, Maryland.
Minnesota Governor Jesse the Mayan Ventura busy on Thursday. The governor's staging a rally for the University of Minnesota's football team. They'll be playing in the Sun Bowl. The governor also addressing the issue of Y2K concerns in his state.
People should not feel alarmed at all. Just to live your life, enjoy, and have a happy new year and go into the new millennium.
There you go. Despite suffering from a cold, the governor sat for hours at a Capitol holiday party greeting state employees, but he couldn't shake hands with the crowd, of course, because of his illness. 6:36 now. It just gets bigger and bigger. Your final day here. We're just exploding with people.
We are?
In this studio right now.
Where? I don't see anybody. No, just kidding. Mayor Al is here, and Steve from Original Pizza.
I have to go check out the Mr. O pizza to make sure it's up to its usual standards.
I'm sure it is. Love that pizza. I got to bring some of that down with me to Atlanta. I doubt the pizza down there is as good as it is up here.
FedEx will get it there overnight.
Yeah? Okay, way to go. You know what? He's got to do an internet page. Order it over the web.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. May have to heat it up a little bit when it gets there, but you know, that's okay. We are starting off with mostly cloudy skies, a few snow showers too. I'll have more on the forecast, especially for the weekend in just a moment. Right now, let's talk to Michelle Adams about the traffic. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, Kelly. A very nice, happy Friday morning commute is underway. We have no report of major delays. A few cars venturing out 787 south into downtown Albany, still holding up well at the thruways exit 24 tolls. Just a little bit busy northway southbound side over the Mohawk River, but so far, so good. And that's your Channel 6 News Traffic Track. Kelly.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle. Let's take a look outside and show you that skies are starting to lighten up a little bit. The sun, of course, doesn't rise until about 20 minutes past 7 o'clock. And when it does, we will see some of it, just like we did yesterday. And there will also be a few flurries around, too. In fact, we're starting off this Friday morning with mostly cloudy skies and some snow showers. They are starting to taper off, though, and we'll see very little additional accumulation, mainly out in the Mohawk Valley around Hamilton and Herkimer counties. That's where we're focusing our attention on right now. 34 degrees at the airport, the dew point 27, relative humidity 76%. The winds are from the west at 8 miles per hour, and right now the pressure is holding steady. Temperatures now from our WeatherNet 6 watchers. Currently it is 30 degrees in Benson, Hamilton County, Providence, Saratoga County has 30, a popular number this morning. It's also 30 in Manchester and Amsterdam. And right now at the freezing mark in Claverack, Columbia County. Take a look at some other numbers around the region. Basically, everybody's in the mid to upper 30s, and this is pretty much where we're going to stay throughout the day today. Temperatures will not be rising a whole lot, even though we'll have a little sunshine. Got a weak disturbance moving across the state right now, helping to trigger and enhance some of these lake effect snow showers we're seeing just to the lee of Lake Ontario. And in some of those places out there, they've seen anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of snow. Locally, we're seeing some activity in southern Herkimer County, moving into Fulton, Montgomery County, southern Hamilton County as well. Otherwise, we're just looking at some scattered flurries around the immediate capital region. Clouds this morning breaking up. We'll see some sunshine mixed in. Temperatures, though, staying in the 30s. This disturbance right here in the Ohio Valley basically stays to our south, heads out to sea, and we are looking at a very nice weekend. Our last weekend, of course, before Christmas. So if you have any errands to run, it looks like a pretty good Friday. A few flurries here and there put you in the holiday spirit. Temperatures rising to around 38 degrees for the high. Here is a look at your forecast. We're starting off in the mid-30s this morning with some snow showers and flurries. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. afternoon, 38. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, still a few flurries around, down to 32, and here 23 rather. And there's a 6-day forecast. A nice weekend, sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, highs in the low to mid 30s. Tom?
All right, Kelly, 6:39 coming up next. Pizza, Mayor Al Jurczynski, Boy George, a disco ball. This is going to be some segment, isn't it?
Yes, I need to report my bag was stolen. We were on the beach and I turned around for 2 seconds and my bag was, excuse me, my wallet was in there and my husband's wallet, and I had about $500 worth of cash. I don't understand this. This has like never happened to me before. I just don't know what to do. We only turned around for 2 seconds.
Have you seen it? Do you have it? It looks sharp, sounds great. It's digital.
Time Warner Cable now offers digital cable, a whole new way to watch TV.
The program guide, this thing is smart. I can scan what's on now, set reminders, favorites, parental lockouts, all right here.
For only a few dollars more, you can upgrade to digital cable.
Digital cable from Time Warner. Call 1-800-800-CABLE.
You've got to try this.
You and Time Warner Cable. We belong together.
Your car is gonna freeze all night. It won't start unless you fight.
Before your gas line turns to ice, pour in a beaker of new Prestone Cold Start Fuel Additive. It works double time to fight gas line freeze and clean your fuel injectors. From the cold weather specialists, now cold starting protection. New Prestone Cold Start.
Hit me with your best shot.
Get in the Prestone zone, so nothing can stop you now.
Wow!
Upstate Ford dealers, we're driven to be the best.
The 2000 Windstar has all the safety features and 5-star crash test ratings you love in a family van. And to start the new year with a bang, it comes with a $1,500 factory rebate. Put your family in the safest minivan on the road.
Plus a $1,500 rebate.
You know where?
Upstate Ford dealers, we're driven to be the best.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by Upstate Ford Dealers.
Not today.
Why is it we're all sitting here with nothing and O'Brien has pizza already? I'm not sure how this works.
It's the Mr. O pizza.
6:41, Steve from Original Pizza has joined us, brought flowers for Kelly on her last day, and Mayor Jurczynski is here as well. And Mayor, what do you have in front of you there?
Well, I've got, since this is Kelly's last day here at Channel 6 and breaking up the team, and it's just not going to be the same, but we've got an official proclamation. I'd like to read it. It says, whereas Kelly Boland joined Schenectady's WRGB Channel 6 team in December of 1992, whereas Kelly worked as a weathercaster and associate producer for WTZA TV in Kingston, New York before heading north to Schenectady. And whereas Kelly studied communications and meteorology at Dutchess County Community College and earned her bachelor's degree in communications from Adelphi University, and whereas she studied broadcast journalism in Seoul, South Korea, and received her certificate of broadcast meteorology from Mississippi State University. And whereas Kelly is married to her high school sweetheart, Kevin Boland, and they have 2 children, son Brian and daughter Casey. And whereas Kelly and her family are moving to Atlanta, and whereas we wish Kelly and her family continued success in Atlanta, where we can look for her on the Weather Channel using her maiden name of Kelly Cass. Now therefore I, Albert P. Jurczynski, Mayor of the City of Schenectady, do hereby proclaim December 17th, 1999, as Kelly Boland Day in the City of Schenectady.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now also, when I picked up Steve this morning,
Do it quick, Mayor.
Steve had all this pizza and he had flowers.
They're beautiful. Thank you so
Steve,
much.
I guess that's what an Italian guy does. Mayor Jurczynski, I'm going to give you a brick.
A brick?
A brick from the campaign, and
oh my goodness.
it's a paperweight, and it's
it
yours.
Is heavy, all right.
It says Mayor Al. Say what it says on the front.
Mayor Al Jurczynski, building a strong foundation for future generations.
And that's what we're doing in Schenectady.
Everybody stay here. We're going to take a quick break. Back with more in just a moment on Channel 6 First News.
Give your family and friends, or even yourself, a holiday to remember with beautiful gift sets from Department 56. A 3-dimensional scene inside shows unsurpassed quality and attention to detail. They make wonderful gifts, bringing back the charm of the holidays. This special edition Times Tower lights the way to the new millennium. For you or those special people in your life, discover Department 56.
Available at Grandma's Country Corners, 1275 Central Avenue, Colonie.
Got out of the vehicle because I was angry, and I didn't realize how bad off I was.
I could walk away with nothing, or I could walk away with a lot more, or more than what they had offered.
Without me seeing that ad on television, Finkelstein, Levine, Gittleson, and Partners, I don't know where I'd be today. They were right on top of things.
Everybody says they're real good lawyers.
If you ever need an attorney, you ever get hurt, go to them.
With a serious injury, then you have the right to sue, and I think anyone should.
1-800-LAW, AM/PM.
What's going on?
Hey.
Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our RoboGrip 2, the self-adjusting pliers with larger jaw capacity and more torque. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Deck the halls with boughs.
Deck the living room would be nice.
And your point is?
Honey, your whole family is coming here for the holidays. And there's no place to sit in here except on your piano.
Does this mean we're going to our favorite furniture store?
You got it.
But can they deliver before Christmas?
Raymore and Flanagan guarantees it.
Now through Monday, enjoy store-wide savings at Raymore and Flanagan. Plus, no deposit, no interest. Financing is free until 2001. Plus, Christmas delivery is guaranteed.
Hey, what have you got there?
Nothing.
You big snoop.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan.
6:45 now. Stories we're watching on Channel 6 First News. Although federal printing presses are making millions of crisp new dollar bills, those big-faced bills, to prepare for the Y2K cash stash, local banks say they're Y2K okay. That's in the Post-Star this morning. Banks in the area say they haven't really noticed any drain on cash. The state says he deserves compassion, but the former Albany student who tried to disarm a gunman in 1994 will not be able to sue for $20 million. Jason McEnany shot and wounded by Ralph Tortorisi when Tortorisi took a class hostage back in '94. And the Washington County Fair is selling tickets now for next year's event, according to the Post-Star this morning. The fair trying to bounce back from this past August's disaster. An outbreak of E. coli killed 2 and sickened over 1,000 people. Tom?
6:46, Kelly and her posse still hanging out over here.
What a day this has been. Yeah. It's only going to, I'm still doing the noon show today too, so this isn't really goodbye just yet, but for those of you who are making way off to work and school this morning, know that I will miss everybody, and I thank everyone for the emails and the letters and the phone calls, and I will be passing my clicker on to Tom.
There you go.
That's the good news there. He's going to be taking over for the weather duties starting in a couple of weeks. All right, thank you guys very much for being here. We're going to talk to Michelle Adams and find out how things are looking out there on the roads. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, Kelly. Traffic conditions holding up nicely, though we're getting busier here 787 southbound heading into downtown Albany. No report of major troubles on the southbound side of the Northway over the Mohawk River on down, and the thruway still holding up nicely at the 24 tolls. On your way home, be sure to pick up Rachel Ray's new open house cookbook, available only at Price Chopper. And that's your Channel 6 News Traffic Track. Kelly.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Here's what's happening right now at the Albany International Airport. 34 degrees, and we still have a lot of clouds out there, but the sky's starting to brighten up a little bit. 27 the dew point, relative humidity 76%. Our winds are from the west at 8 miles per hour, gusting higher than that sometimes, so it makes it feel a little bit cooler. Right now, pressure is holding steady. Temperatures to the west of us in the low to mid 30s from Utica to Syracuse. This is where they've really been getting some big-time lake effect snow showers, but around here, not much happening. We've got 36 degrees in Glens Falls, 34 Rutland and North Adams, and at the freezing mark there in Pittsfield. Take a look at our regional radar. As I mentioned, not too much happening right around Albany, but you see there are some snow showers going on just to the north and west of here. And in this part, just to the lee of Lake Ontario, they've seen anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of snow piling up with those persistent snow squalls. We'll zoom in on Doppler radar and show you the snow shower activity continuing in Herkimer County, southern Hamilton, also throughout the Mohawk Valley, Fulton, Montgomery counties, and you head east, and we're just seeing some scattered flurries across the capital region. Satellite pictures showing all the clouds with this weak system moving through the north northeast right now. Another one moving through the Ohio Valley, but now it looks like that one will stay to our south and will not affect our weekend weather. So that's the good news. We're looking at plenty of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday with temperatures where they should be for this time of the year in the low to mid 30s. So here's your Friday forecast. We're starting off mostly cloudy with some scattered snow showers and flurries. This afternoon we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, and again, won't have to worry about this one. That one's going to stay down there. Here's a look at our forecast for this morning. We are starting off mostly cloudy, some snow showers tapering off to flurries. The winds generally out of the west anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Highs staying where they are right now in the mid to upper 30s. Overnight tonight down to 23 with still a few flurries around. And here's a 6-day forecast. A nice weekend, the last one before Christmas. Mid 30s both days. Monday some rain or snow showers, 35. Still some snow showers lingering for Tuesday, and so far we're dry on Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Kelly. 6:49, a grand jury in Colorado may indict the editor of a tabloid in connection with its coverage of the John Benet Ramsey murder investigation. The grand jury expected to indict the editor of Globe magazine. One charge is that he attempted to purchase a copy of the ransom note found in the hours after the little girl's body was discovered in her home. He has also been indicted for bribery and failing to submit evidence. Looks like the hostage standoff at a Louisiana prison might be coming to an end. A helicopter flying over that facility this morning. That's where Cuban detainees have been holding hostages. Police have not said the Cubans were aboard that helicopter, but earlier some of the hostages spoke on the jail's loudspeaker system asking for the chopper to take those Cubans away. They had been protesting U.S. policy to detain Cubans in prisons. Former pop star Boy George is doing okay, he says, after an incident this week. Boy was rehearsing when a 62-pound mirrored disco ball fell and hit him in the head. Fortunately, he had that big hat on, so he's okay. He was banged up a little bit, but he says, all right, otherwise I'm doing fine. Boy George says it would have been ironic and glamorous to have been finished off by a glitter ball.
You gonna leave that one up in the apartment now that you know they can fall down?
You know, you never know.
Okay. John Russell at the Desmond and Colonie this morning. John, where are we at?
We're at, Tom, beer number 4 in the third annual alcohol awareness show. I'm stumbling more than I normally do, which is quite often. But we'll come back and we'll talk about, actually it's a very serious topic, and we'll do that coming up on Channel 6 First News.
Make an impression. Say it best with flowers from Frank Gallo & Son Florist.
Someone special must be getting flowers.
For over 70 years, Frank Gallo & Son Florist has been known for quality flowers creatively designed for any occasion.
Brighten the holidays with the FTD Christmas Festival Bouquet or the FTD Home for Christmas Centerpiece.
Frank Gallo & Son Florist. Unparalleled service, whether your delivery is around the corner or around the world. Make an impression. Call Frank Gallo & Son Florist.
With a chance to win up to $1,000, New York Lottery Happy Holidays instant game gift tags make any gift extra nice. Make it a happy holiday with Holiday Instant Games from the New York Lottery.
Father, look!
She came to a world she did not know.
Have you any friends in Bangkok?
No.
With customs she couldn't understand.
Women do not stand in the presence of His Excellency.
And a king she would never forget. Jodie Foster, Chow Yun-fat, in the movie critics are calling one of the best films of the year. Anna and the King, rated PG-13, now playing only in theaters.
You know, Italian-made suits are among the most fashionable. Of course, our prices have a way of making them look even better.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Now is the time to buy a beautiful fur from someone you know and trust. Beck Furs, top manufacturers from across the globe, are joining with Beck Furs to present their holiday fur extravaganza. Come into Beck Furs now and save on furs and leathers. That's right, save on mink, beaver, raccoon, and shearlings, to just name a few. Shop the holiday fur extravaganza. Save exclusively at Beck Furs, someone you know and trust right here in the Capital Region. Beck Furs, Stuyvesant Plaza.
This segment of Channel 6 News is sponsored by Beck Furs.
6:53, John Russell, 4 beers into Friday morning for a very serious cause.
Yeah.
John?
Tom, an update, actually. It's number 5 now.
Okay.
Okay, third annual alcohol awareness show. Its basic purpose here this morning is to show that if you're out celebrating the holidays, you're going to want to think twice about getting behind the wheel, because it is very dangerous. And we're going to find that out talking with Sergeant John Lupo of the New York State Police. John, thanks for coming out this morning. You guys have been doing the show 3 years, and it's a good thing to show that you don't want to get behind the wheel.
No, that's true. I mean, there's a common misconception, I think, that people believe if they're not driving while intoxicated, if they're not at a BAC level of 0.10, that they're okay to drive. And what we're going to prove here, and what we've proven the last 3 years, is that that's not the case, and that you don't need to be DWI to be a danger behind the wheel.
Right. I'm holding on here right now, talking to you guys, and let me just say, I'm doing the very best I can to try to not act like I'm feeling the effects of 5 years, and in fact, I am.
And in fact, you chose, John, to drink light beer as an additional element, right?
Right. Well, Ed and Tom, I drink light beer at home, so I wanted to stay comfortable with something that I'm used to.
All right.
But Lisa here, she's from, by the way, this is sponsored by the River 99.5. And Lisa, you've been doing this 3 years, and actually you've learned some things too over the last couple.
Oh, definitely. I thought the first year that the only way I was ever going to be at risk for getting arrested or being charged with DWI was if I had 10 drinks. But
You sound like me, Lisa, right now.
I've had 3 this morning, and I'm already having difficulty with my words. I probably couldn't walk the straight line, and I might be impaired already.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap things up here, but we'll be here all morning. Actually, Tom and Ed, they'll begin giving me a sobriety test, and the whole thing is the most important thing. If you're going to celebrate the holidays, have a designated driver, and make sure the designated driver doesn't drink.
Right,
Tom and Ed, I'll be here for the next couple hours, and hopefully I'll see you back.
And then we're going to put you in a limo and send you home, right?
See you.
All right, thanks, JR.
And he's filing a report tonight as well, so you can see how those tests go. All right, let's throw it to Kelly one last time this morning. Check the weather. Kelly?
All right, good morning, guys. Well, we have a little bit of snow out there this morning. Not much, though. In fact, locally, it's pretty much come to an end in Albany, but we can still see some snow showers taking place across southern Herkimer County, southern Hamilton County, and through western sections of Fulton and Montgomery counties, and moving into the northwest corner of Saratoga County as well. Here is your forecast for this Friday. Looking pretty good. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, just like yesterday. A little breezy and cool. Temperature staying in the 30s with some flurries around. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy down to 23 degrees. And then for tomorrow, we are looking at lots of sunshine for our Saturday. Looks like a very nice day with highs in the mid-30s. And let's take a look at that 6-day forecast. Even Sunday looks good for any last-minute shopping you have to do. It's the last weekend before Christmas. Temperatures in the 30s. Rain or snow showers moving in for Monday, and perhaps some snow showers Tuesday, even into Wednesday now possible as temperatures stay in the low to mid-30s.
All right, we're gathering the whole crew here, throwing mics on people. It's a 6:56. Why don't we throw the birthdays up real quick, and then we'll organize everybody. Now, this is nice. Bob Guccione is 69 years old today. Who thought that was a good idea? Ernie Hudson is 54. He was in Ghostbusters, wasn't he? All right, and Eugene Levy
from
is 53.
SCTV.
Absolutely, is 53. Got a minute and a half left. The boss has even joined us this morning. Joe Coscia is here. Thanks for coming in, Joe.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Joe.
I guess you can blame me for not being able to keep you here, Kelly.
Well, we blame you.
Wasn't for lack of trying. All of us at Channel 6 wish you all the best. We're actually very proud of your accomplishments. The years that you spent here were obviously great years for Channel 6.
7 years, I can't believe it.
Yep, we will miss you. Our morning audience will miss you. Once in a while, we'll tune in the Weather Channel.
Once in a while?
Once in a while.
Okay.
But we really do wish you well.
Yes.
And of course, Tom will be here to
Tom's
take
taking
over the
over.
weather duties.
That's
We're really
right.
proud of Tom's accomplishments in that field.
Absolutely.
And we wish you and your
And
family
that's
luck.
that.
This is great.
Well, I just want to say this was a very hard decision. Ed was there the day I made the decision. He saw the tears, so just ask him. But this was a chance of a lifetime for me and my family, and kinder hours. I won't have to get up at 2 a.m. anymore, so that's one good thing there. I will miss everyone here, though. 7 years is a long time, and it's very hard to change after that period of time, but we feel it's time to move on. So thank you very much, everybody out there, for all your support.
Thanks, guys.
And everyone here,
Thanks
too.
everybody coming in.
Thank all of you for this.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, it's nice. Now I'm going to tear up. We have reached the end.
Thank
the
you,
best
Ed.
of luck, Kelly. The early show's next.
This